So we're here to talk about this record. Not this record. Don't be confused. Alright? This is the original. Came out in 2020. January 31st, I think. Yeah. Great time to put out a record. Right before COVID shut down everything.
We did the album originally. It was our big comeback album back in 2020. We were all excited about it. It was mixed at the same studio it was recorded at, which was cool. Joe did a great job mixing it. We were pretty happy with it at the time. Here we go.
When it goes to you, I guess.
Ultimately, it didn't have the real punch, all the everything we knew we were recording when we did it. We played this show, and Mike Pierce, the original Huntingtons drummer, had come out to the show. He's just kind of hanging out, and I mentioned to him, "Yeah, I'm thinking about convincing the guys to remix Muerto with Perry," and he was immediately like, "Yeah, that would definitely be the right move."
Chris, our drummer, will tell you, take your old records and burn them. Get rid of them. Don't ever listen to them again.
I think with the amount of time that we put into this record, writing it, and all the practices,
But it doesn't matter. I mean,
You want, when we go into that part, you want him to do the whole time.
Which one?
Which one? That's what I'm trying. I still don't understand.
Right.
all the cell phone videos that were being traded back and forth of new song ideas and stuff, and getting those together, and to finally have the record sound the way that we had intended it to just makes the record, it sounds like a new record to me. So all the hard work that we put into writing this album, it feels like it all paid off.
You can throw this away. This is a piece of trash.
I'm not into that. I say hang on to them. Listen to the comparisons, and maybe they'll be more valuable, because these are not going to be repressed ever. I can tell you that.
I'm like Josh, what Josh said, burn the old records, rock out with a new one.
It was just uneven. It was just uneven, and it's something that kind of over time, it just kind of, we knew what we had done, but we didn't really feel like it stood up to our previous stuff, but we knew it did. But then the end result didn't, if you know what I mean.
What we did here with RENACIDO, I didn't really do anything. Perry from the Travoltas, Point Break Sound, he did everything.
Without Perry, none of this would be possible. I mean, the guy's a wizard at the board.
Hey, this is Perry here at Point Break Sound. I had the pleasure of remixing the album.
Perry and I have been talking for 20 years about doing a split.
We ended up doing a split with the Travoltas that was just tremendous. And Perry from the Travoltas mixed that. We recorded it all at the same studio that we did Muerto, but with all the same instruments, gear, everything. But Perry's mix just blew us away. It was like
awesome. He has grown so much over the years in his mixing and mastering and producing and everything.
It was literally everything we wanted our albums to sound like since we started as a band.
And I'm just a huge Travoltas fan.
Why couldn't our albums have sounded this good?
After I mixed a few songs for the Huntingtons for their split with the Travoltas, the guys came back to me and they said, look, we have this album and we're really proud of the songs. We really love the performances on it, but we're not so happy with the mix. And they asked me to remix the record.
And as it was going along, I was just like, hey guys, I'm doing this. And Mike's original reaction was like, why are we doing that? That's already done and over with. You know what I mean? But I was just like, no, I wanted to stand up to what we've done.
We don't care.
So, look, I guess I'm the executive producer of sorts for this version because, I believed in the album and in the songs enough to put my own money where my mouth was, right?
Cliff is crazy for throwing all of his tax return on this thing, but I'm glad he did. and very appreciative.
So I just went and had that done. And we then went through the process of, oh, change this, change that, real small subtleties and everything.
We gave Perry complete control. He had the freedom to do whatever he wanted. Very, very few changes, if any.
And then finally I got all done and I mastered it all and I sent it to the guys and we were just like, yes, please, yes, this is 100% what we wanted.
The one thing I asked him to do, and thank God for the bomb, was bring up the bomb. I was like, this could be in like every action movie ever. And I even like edited the song into a few clips from some of my favorite movies just to see what it would be like. I think they need to go back and re-edit all those movies and put the song in there, add all these parts.
So after listening to the original mix, for me, it was just a matter of magnifying those elements that make the Huntington sound. So the punchiness, sometimes the aggressiveness, and the vocal nuances, which I believe is a very important element to their sound. We went back and forth on the mixes and tweaking them to bring them over the finish line. And we're very proud of the way they turned out, and I can't wait for people to hear it.
So then I contacted Scott over at Burnt Toast.
I've been a fan of Huntington since the very beginning. I put out a live version of Drexel U on a 7-inch almost 29 years ago, and we went on to steal the masters for Rockataramonia. I love the melodies, I love the energy, I love the insistence on playing with downstrokes.
His initial thing was, well, we still have some of the original vinyls left, and I don't want to, we'll talk about it later.
I have to admit that I was a little apprehensive on remixing Muerto. I'd spent hours with the original mixes.
So then I got up with, on my own, I got up with the guys over at Mom's Basement Records and also the guys over in Italy.
We've always been big fans of Striped Records.
When they heard it, they were just like, yeah. So then I went back to Scott and I said, hey, these other labels want to do that. They want to kind of have us release it as a split release with them. And he was like, okay, hold on. Because look, he originally had paid for us to do the album and everything, which is perfectly understandable. And he's like, okay, yeah, let's do this. It's fine.
And it was immediately obvious that Perry had punched it up in just the right way.
2-label release became a 3-label release, and everybody they all hashed it out. They all talked about how we were doing, and eventually it kind of all came into plan. And here we go. It's coming out February 28th. We're super excited about it. This kind of reignited the spark in us to play some of these songs live and really just kind of work it from that aspect. We really believe in this album. We've always believed in the album, but now with the way you hear it, it is it just really stands up. And we think that when you hear it, you'll understand why we did it. We're really excited about it. I think I've said that 10 times now.
It means death, jail, or rock and roll. And RENACIDO, I think, means like revisited or revised. Maybe not. I don't even know. Spanish. Andre has been awesome to us over the years. We had a blast at Raduno.
And they came here just because they wanted to share their passion with other people.
That's right. Absolutely. Wouldn't change it for the world. It was amazing. Everything was amazing.
So I must thank you again for
Thank
that.
you, buddy.
Thank you so much.
And we always wanted to work with them.
Well, it's like one of my favorite labels.
Hey guys, if you own a copy of the Huntingtons album Muerto, Carcel, or Rocanrol, you can throw this away. This is a piece of trash. What you need to get is Stripe Records catalog number 42. Muerto, Carcel, or Rocanrol, RENACIDO.
The fact that they were interested and our other favorite labels were interested, Mom's Basement.
John from Mom's Basement Records here. Muerto, Carcel, or Rocanrol, RENACIDO. It was freshly remixed by Perry from the legendary Travoltas over at Point Break Sound. And this new mix is insane. It sounds like a new album.
John's always been super cool to us.
And I've always been a huge fan of theirs. And just to be able to be a part of this is amazing for us. And it's always great to work with straight music. You know, they're good friends of ours, and it's cool to work with Burnt Toast Vinyl for the first time.
Scott Hatch, we have a long friendship with him.
Happy to be a part of getting RENACIDO out for everyone to hear.
And we love all these guys, and we're glad that they're all involved.
So, yeah, be sure to go out and pick up a copy.
My favorite song on this album is Not Penny's Boat.
We're here in the studio. This is Chris Eller. He decided to skip a crash on this song, so now he has to add the one crash into the song. I think I was talking during that. Subliminal messages.
All right, fine. One cymbal hit.
Mm-hmm.
One cymbal.
Right, but I was talking during it, so now we got subliminal stuff.
Oh, we weren't recording. But that was good though, right? Except I didn't get it. All right.
It's just one cymbal, man.
I think that's a keeper. That felt really good.
That's what your mom said.